Man, y'all better stand down. I'm the truth.
It's the truth. He's saying the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't lying. Anthony Edwards is a monster. He is the truth for the Minnesota Timberwolves, coming off of a game where he just went nuclear for 44 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block. And he did this by joining an exclusive club where he scored 40 or more points and it took less than 20 shots. 13 of 19 from the field, 7 of 11 from 3. He joins players like James Harden, who's done it 9 times, Karl Malone and Kevin Durant, who've done it 5, and LeBron and Chuck, who have done it 4. This is an elite group right here. There's a ton of other NBA legends on there, and it shows you how good Anthony Edwards is becoming. The modern day guys like Jason Tatum, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they've both done it a couple of times. Now, this is Ant's first, but I feel like it definitely won't be his last. Also, shout out my boy Kemba Walker. He's done it a couple of times as well, and he was hooping last night. And the biggest part about Ant, well, real quick, Kobe and Steph are both 4-time participants on that list. The biggest thing about Ant this year has been his 3-point shooting, and it has propelled him to average 2 more points per game than last year, up to 27.6, 5.7 rebounds, 4.5 assists on 45% shooting from the field and 40% from 3 on 10 attempts a game. He's 5th in the NBA in points per game and 2nd in total points. He's played in all but 3 games this year. He's also the 3-point champ. He's made the most 3-pointers in the league this year, and he is shooting a staggering 39% on pull-up threes on 7.5 attempts per game. Absolutely ridiculous. It is no longer an option to go under screens on Anthony Edwards in fear of him driving, because he's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league this year. It is ridiculous, the efficiency that he is shooting on this kind of volume. And then this is just a disaster waiting to happen. It's like your buddy at the bar going up to a 10 when he's absolutely hammered. Having Santi Aldama guarding Ant on the perimeter, and then this one needs a replay. We're going to try and get into an early pick and roll to the strong side with the weak side being uncovered, but Ant's just going to hit Scottie Pippen Jr. with a disgusting spin move to get around this screen and then pull up over Zach Edey and Pippen Jr. and knock it down. Absolutely ridiculous. Off the catch, he's not bad either. They ran him off a stagger screen that time. He's shooting 42% from 3 on 2.6 attempts off the catch and shoot. Ridiculous numbers, getting into the open area there, and when it's your night, it's your night. Not to mention, he put up 44 points in 3 quarters. He's still an elite slasher. He can get downhill with the best of them, and it's extremely tough to guard him coming downhill. Gets to Gobert right there off the pick and roll, and then this right here, my goodness, get upstairs, throw it down. He is so much fun to watch. And then I love this action right here, getting Ant coming off of a little curl, attacking Jaren Jackson Jr. going downhill, because you know he can elevate and celebrate with anybody in the league. Gets up, finishes with the left, draws the foul. Also getting into his little mid-range bag here, Anthony Edwards is unstoppable. And now a quick word from our sponsor. Look at these results. People are making free money betting on sports, making thousands every month. The secret? They're using OddsJam. OddsJam isn't just another betting app. It's turning the entire system in your favor. Here's how. OddsJam uses a strategy called arbitrage, finding odds differences across sportsbooks. You bet both sides, and no matter the outcome, you will profit. Here's an example. If you put $500 on Boise State to win on FanDuel and $335 on their opponent San Francisco on DraftKings, you're guaranteed to make $50, win or lose. It's that simple. With the OddsJam mobile app, you'll get real-time alerts on these opportunities every day. People are making thousands monthly, and to get started, use code BYB for 35% off and a 7-day free trial. I guarantee you'll profit during the trial, and if you don't, cancel with one click, no questions asked. Don't leave money on the table. Go to oddsjam.com, use code BYB, and start making money the smart way. Now, I'm not going to lie, I do like where the Wolves are at this year. If they wouldn't have choked away that Milwaukee game in embarrassing fashion, they'd be sitting pretty with 7 straight wins and looking at about the 5 seed as long as they win out against Brooklyn and Utah, which are 2 very favorable opponents. But nonetheless, as long as they take care of business, win those 2 games, I think they can get up out of the play-in. I think that gets them up to the 6th seed, which is where you want to be. That would put them playing the Lakers if they stay there, and that's a pretty favorable matchup for the Wolves, in my opinion. Now, a guy that's been huge for the Wolves, and I mean huge, has been Julius Randle. His development with this team as the year has gone along has been second to none. He's averaging about 19 points, 7 rebounds, a little under 5 assists per game on the year on 48% shooting from the field and 34% from beyond the arc. Pre-injury, he's averaging about 19, 7.2, 4.5 in 32 minutes on 47-32 shooting splits, about 4.6 attempts a game. They were 27 and 21 during that stretch. So a winning record, a solid record in the Western Conference. But since Julius Randle has come back from injury, he's averaging 18.5 points, 6.8 rebounds, 5.3 assists, so sharing the ball a little more, shooting 38% from 3 on 4.4 attempts, and 52% from the field. And the Wolves are 15 and 4 during this stretch. He is the second ISO scorer on this team, which is something that he can bring to the table that Karl Towns couldn't. Being able to break down the defense, and usually he has a mismatch because slower-footed bigs can't stick with him, and then the 4 is usually too weak because he's about 6'9", 250 coming downhill. He is a truck coming down the paint. He's extremely tough to stop, and he's just a tough shot maker. I mean, all these are tough shots, little pump fake, flyby, tough jelly layup. The three-point shooting is coming along as well. Little step back here, tough shot, and then off the pick and roll here with Gobert. Big on big pick and roll. Zach Edey doesn't step up. Hand down, man down. Now another guy that comes back from injury that has really helped them out has been Dante DiVincenzo. Both of these guys kind of coming back at the same time have really boosted the Wolves. They are 14 and 4 since Dante came back at full strength, and during that stretch, he's averaging 14.1 points, 4.1 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 1.2 steals on 46% shooting from the field, 44% from beyond the arc, which is an incredible improvement compared to the beginning of the season where he was averaging like 8 points on 35% shooting from the field. It was not good. Nickeil Alexander-Walker has been great as well. We talked about him in previous videos though, so I won't touch on him for too long. He's just been a fantastic wing to have here. Mike Conley, veteran leader. Always got to have one of those on the squad if you're trying to compete for a championship. Gobert has been feasting lately, except for the one game that I bet on him, so he turns into a tragedy. And then even a little bit of vision right here, finding Jaden McDaniels, who drives down the lane. And then Naz Reid, who is still the X factor for this team. He had a bad night last night, very inefficient, but usually he's that guy, and I think he's the X factor going forward because he's 6'10", 250 pounds. He is extremely tough to stop. I put him at 250 because, yes, he was listed at 265 coming into the league. He has slimmed down since then. 14.4 points per game on the year, 6 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1 block in 28 minutes a night, and that is on 46% shooting from the field and 38% from beyond the arc, on close to 6 attempts per game. Getting a little bit more of a workload with Cat gone and him having to space the floor more with Randle out there. 18.8 points a game and 7.8 rebounds per 36 minutes, so those numbers are really good. And he's a great big to have coming off the bench. He is quick-footed, so he can guard guys like Miles Bridges coming downhill, and then they can also run actions for him, like this little horns crosser action where he's going to set the screen for the ball handler, and then Gobert's going to come set a back screen or a flare screen, whatever you want to call it, for him, and he's going to get a wide open 3-ball because of it. That's a really tough action to stop. And then Jaden McDaniels, another guy here that is a really hard cover when he is knocking down 3-balls. They can use him as a screener, and he can get downhill and finish above the rim. He's averaging 12.3 points a game, 5.8 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 1.3 steals to go with a block per game on 48-33 shooting splits, 3.7 attempts from beyond the arc. And he is another guy that can go out, kind of ISO, and get his own bucket, which is obviously such a luxury to have alongside of a guy like Anthony Edwards, who is more of a ball-dominant guard. And then right here, a very smart cut as the Grizzlies go to Rudy Gobert here. He catches Ja napping, goes and finishes above Zach Edey. That's a tough layup to make. And then you got the young guys, Jalen Clark, the best of these so far, Rob Dillingham, and Terrence Shannon Jr. as well. Both I'm very high on. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, we're looking for 300 likes on today's video. Thank you so much for watching.